It's not only business, it's personal.
Jordan, Michael Jordan. Smart takes the shot. The long way. They won it on the dot. Oh, my goodness. Puts it up. Dreams to come true. As good as it gets.
You're looking live at legendary Rupp Arena, where this place is rocking already. Number 1 Ohio State against number 9 Xavier for a trip to the Sweet 16. The winner to take on the winner of Virginia, Tennessee. Gus jumped to Rupp, where after 23 years, Xavier finally gets its shot at taking down Ohio State. Only 100 miles separate these two schools, and there's no secret. There is a lot of bad blood between them. This will be only their 4th meeting since 1933. Xavier says Ohio State won't play them. The Buckeyes say, you're absolutely right. We don't have to. It doesn't serve us. All the talking can stop right now. I'm joined by my partner, Dan Bonner. Danny, a lot of X's and O's to pay attention to in this one.
Absolutely, Gus. And in this case, let's do O's and X's. The O being Mr. Greg Oden from Ohio. Biggest factor in the game. Well, he's the most dominating player in college basketball. An opponent catches the ball, and the first question is, where is he? As you can see right here, he doesn't even have to make the play to be part of the play. And what's the X? Well, the X is the X for Xavier. And the number is 3. There are 3 seniors who have been to the Elite 8, and then the three-point shooting. They've got to make them. And maybe our math will say 3 plus 3 equals Sweet 16.
All right, coming up, Ohio State, Xavier will have the starting lineup for this.
CBS Sports exclusive coverage of the Men's Basketball Championship is sponsored by State Farm, Degree, Coke Zero, and by Pontiac.
We did it for the clutch players. New beds, new lobbies. Courtyards changed it all for the go-to guys. Deeper mattresses, wider open spaces with Wi-Fi, easy chairs, and freshly stocked 24-hour markets. All new, all for the players who suit up and take the field.
Courtyard, redesigned by business travelers for business travelers.
Go team.
It's a beautiful day inside. Temperature about 71 degrees with the air conditioning.
Number 1 player in the world making his way to the tee box.
Looks like Tiger's got a turkey avocado sandwich.
I make them all the time, Jim.
Wow! Look at the gallery. You can sense the electricity. Hi, forever. EA Sports. It's in the game.
I've been hearing that SAP has business software for mid-sized companies. So naturally, I did what you'd expect. Had my hearing tested. Turns out I'm fine.
Here are 4 plays selected for the Pontiac game-changing performance. With the score tied and 5 seconds remaining, VCU's Eric Maynard delivered the game winner that eliminated Duke. Winthrop's Craig Bradshaw had 24 points against Notre Dame, including this 13-2 run and eventual victory. In the first overtime of this year's tournament, Nevada's Ramon Sessions hit this layup with under a minute to play to seal the Wolfpack's win over Creighton. And Texas freshman Kevin Durant scored 27 against New Mexico State. Go to ncaasports.com/Pontiac now to vote for your favorite play. Pontiac will donate $5,000 to the winning school's General Scholarship Fund, and that school will become eligible for the $100,000 Pontiac game-changing performance of the tournament.
The mother of all episodes.
Put on the suit, Mr. Mosby. Barney, this isn't Barney, but I hear that guy's awesome.
A new How I Met Your Mother, CBS Monday.
Welcome back to Rupp Arena. 23,000 strong in attendance. It's a sellout and a full house. Gus Johnson along with Dan Bonner. Let's take a look at the lineups. Ohio State, Xavier, and take a look. Drew Lavender, he's their point guard, the transfer from Oklahoma. He's the catalyst. He has to play well if Xavier wants to win this game. On the other side, the mighty Oden, Greg Oden, against Central Connecticut. 6 points, 10 rebounds. He was 7 of 10 from the free throw line. Sean Miller, head coach at Xavier. He was an assistant to Thad Matta. When Thad Matta was the head coach at Xavier and led the Musketeers into the Elite Eight, they lost to Duke in Atlanta. Today's game is brought to you in high definition by Harris Corporation, the world leader in broadcast systems for high-definition television and mobile media. Xavier, at the beginning of this tournament, said they wanted Ohio State. The Buckeyes say, and right now, between these two teams, nothing's standing but space and opportunity.
Got to be careful what you wish for, and Xavier starts in the man-to-man defense. The point guard matchup going to be very impressive today.
Here's Connolly, the freshman. Ivan Harris fired. Weak side rebound, and this goes to Burrell. So Xavier coming off a 79-77 win over BYU in the first round. Justin Dolman with 23 and 5, shooting in 33 minutes. He's got a Larry Bird-like release on his jump shot. Now Cole backing up on Oden, jump hook.
And Gus, you notice one thing, Ohio State does not help out in the post. Greg Oden plays behind and relies on his shot blocking ability. That was a great move inside by Cole to float it up with the left hand.
Buckeyes are the #1 team in the nation, #1 seed in the South. Oden, power dribble, gets to the cup, snatched out of there by Cade. Xavier running now. Burrell scoreless against BYU the other day. Inside, Cole off the glass.
Maybe a little too easy. He was against Harris that time.
Oden calling for it again. Mike Conley. And this is the Iceman for them. Jamar Butler, such a strong, confident, quiet player. Lewis, counter.
And Ohio State can kill you with that. Lewis are guys who can hit big three-point shots. Ohio State much more than Mike Conley and Greg Oden.
Now Ohio State getting back. They're playing a zone.
Play a 2-3 zone, mostly a man-to-man team, but they do play some zone. That allows Oden to wander in the middle. He's not tied down to one guy.
Dolman is the zone buster. He fires. And halfway down, pops out.
But with Oden in the middle of the zone, we could see it from where we were sitting. Dolman had to put a little bit of extra arc on that shot.
Great in transition. Straight to the bucket. Rejected. Picked up by Lewis. He's got Connolly. Connolly beats Dolman. Mike Conley Jr., one of the great young point guards in all of college basketball. His father, Mike Conley Sr., a great long jumper and triple jumper, gold medalist in Barcelona in 1992. Skip pass, Burrell. Loose ball ripped out of there. Up strong and in, and that's Justin Gage.
We talked before the game about the 3 seniors for Xavier, the guys who are on that run to the Elite Eight. Cole and Cage and Dolman, and both Cole and Cage have scored so far in this game. Xavier stays in the man-to-man. Cole trying to keep Oden as far from the basket as possible.
And Lewis knocks one down off the dribble. Ron Lewis, a transfer from Bowling Green, gives Ohio.
You cannot afford to play off Lewis and Butler out on the perimeter. You have to make them drive the ball to the basket. Xavier, a team that really relies a lot on motion. Sometimes you play a zone to prevent that motion.
Lewis with the rebound. So far, Xavier starting slowly, 2 of 7 from the field. Here's Conley. Early shooting. Ohio State at 50%. Oden wants it. Has great position. Draws a double team and a foul. Greg Oden.
Well, Ohio State does such a nice job in transition. Here, Oden isn't even the play. That's Ivan Harris who blocks the shot, and that's just like a turnover because Ohio State takes it out, particularly with Conley. Pushes it down the court, and Lewis, a deadly finisher at the end of the break.
Dolman picks up the foul.
Strategy is obviously thus far to attack Greg Oden when he has the ball, force him to make decisions.
Josh Duncan in the game. Oden backs up on him. Can't bank it in. Loose ball batted around. Oden's hands, and Xavier kicks it out of bounds. But they're running a lot of different guys from different angles at Oden already. 15:51 to go. Ohio State up 7-4.
Hey, man, what you doing?
I'm in MySpace.
Oh, whoa, my bad. Backing off.
No.
No, I'm updating my MySpace page on my phone.
Oh! MySpace! Yeah, Sprint doesn't have that!
Only Singular lets you update your MySpace page from your phone. Singular, now the new AT&T. Your world delivered. Now get the new Blackjack, only from Singular.
Clearly, this is the package that you were drawn to. And then, what? Let's put the top down? That's crazy. Because I have a lot invested here. I know that this looks effortless.
Huh. Calories provide energy, but how much energy do you need? Powerade Option, the low-calorie sports drink.
Of underarm protection. One day, you'll need them. Degree Men Power.
Anyone can rock it on a Saturday. Give me something to look forward to on a Wednesday. Give me a half rack of ribs and a full rack of napkins. Give me a cedar seared salmon that only tastes expensive. Give me smaller portion rocket any day I want. Give me more Fridays.
N-O. As in no, Stan. We are not getting a convertible. What are you gonna want next, huh? An amp? That is rich.
Hot soup, $4. Cold medicine, $11. Blanket, $24. Better. Priceless. With PayPass on your MasterCard, just tap and go.
An exclusive interview with Secretary of Defense Robert Gates, his first network one-on-one on Face the Nation with Bob Schieffer, Sunday. Welcome back, Thad Matta. What a great season he's had, 31-3 at Ohio State, #1 team in the nation. For 3 years, he was the head coach at Xavier. Led the team to the Elite Eight in 2004, lost to Duke by 3. But there's a lot of bad blood between these two squads because Coach Matta said he was going to stay at Xavier one day. The next day, he signed with Ohio State. And the Xavier fans haven't forgotten what took place.
The Xavier fans, every time they see Thad Matta here in this building, they've booed him so far.
Won 26 games for 3 straight years. Now Oden posting up.
Xavier stays in the man-to-man.
Across the lane. Can't get it to fall. Back Lavender. Here comes Lavender in transition. Down the lane. Lavender, the runner, rims off.
If Xavier's going to have a chance to win this game, Gus, they have to make shots like that. They've missed a couple of those transition runners, and all that allows Ohio State to do is get the ball out and go the other way.
Lewis to the basket. And he's off to a good start. Ron Lewis with 7 points.
You miss in transition on one end, you give Ohio State an opportunity on the other.
9-4.
Ohio State stays in the zone. I don't think Thad Matta liked the results of that first play where they threw it inside to Cole and he scored easily against the man-to-man.
Xavier has won 10 of their last 11 games. They fell to Rhode Island in the Atlantic 10 semifinals. Shot clock down, Burrell deep in the corner, short. No rhythm so far for Xavier. In the front court, Butler. Duncan with the rebound. Inside, nice play.
And there's the transition. You get in transition, you beat Oden down the court.
Justin Cage makes it a 9-6 game. He has 4. Now Oden in the high post. Oden, jump hook. Off the bar, Oden having some problems getting it to stay down. He's 0 for 4.
One of the things that helped. Here's Oden. Here's the ball coming down the court. You want to get the ball down the court before Oden gets there. Nice job in transition by Xavier. And they've struggled in the half-court offense. Oden now going out. He struggled offensively early. Thad Matta really lobbying the referees hard. Thinks Oden is being fouled on the inside.
The officiating has been terrific in this tournament and all season in college basketball because they are allowing these players, especially the big guys, to play and be physical with each other. Go on! Bam! Derek Brown, one of the most explosive young players in all of college basketball. And Ohio State its lead has been cut to 1. Connolly, the teardrop, no. Duncan going in, and there's a foul.
You talked about Derek Brown. This kid is a fabulous leaper, and if you can't go through the zone, well, go over it. Oden goes out of the game, so he's not a factor, so you feel comfortable throwing the ball up to a great leaper.
And Derek Brown from Dayton at high school had 8 points and 16 rebounds in 16 minutes versus BYU. 6 of those rebounds, offensive rebounds. So he will attack the glass.
Right at the moment, his offensive move consists of a dunk, but when you jump like he can and get great position, that's enough.
Raymond to Burrell, 10 to shoot. Duncan inside. Brown kicks it out. Duncan, he can shoot it. And halfway down, it comes out. Off the glass. Other way.
Xavier's done a really nice job on their defensive board so far. Staying the man-to-man.
Terwilliger in the game on the baseline. Short. Tipped up. Hunter. Can't get it. Tracked down. Burrell. Burrell averages 13 a game. Duncan, this time he sets his feet. Both teams shooting poorly to start. Xavier 4 of 13. Ohio State 4 of 14.
So much emotion in a game like this, though, Gus. It takes teams a while to get sort of calmed down and just start playing basketball.
The jitters. Daquan Cook, great offensive player. Can't make it down. Snatched out of there by Duncan. Here's Lavender. He's from Columbus. Rise and fire. Connolly the other way. And we'll stay right here. So far, both teams nervous. 11:46 to play in the first half. Ohio State up by a penny.
You talk about some excitement, Gus. Conley in transition's about as much fun as you can possibly have watching a basketball game.
Fans have to say, or tell us why your team is the best. Post up now at CSTV.com. CSTV, the 24-hour college sports network from CBS Sports. All right, let's take a look at the tournament summary.
And it's a tournament that has been very interesting for the lack of upsets. And that, you know, the higher seeds, it's been the number 9 seed beating the number 8, and you really can't consider that to be much of an upset.
Here's Oden on the baseline. Now Butler stops.
Xavier has been in the man-to-man throughout. Cook.
Neither team able to buy a basket. Ohio State 4 of 17, Xavier 4 of 14. Now Wolf comes in to run the point for the Musketeers.
Now Ohio State back to the man-to-man coming out of the timeout.
And a whistle. Foul coming up on Lighty. First.
The Ohio State foul is on number 23, David.
Dolman checks in, and he replaces Derek Brown.
Gus, keep an eye on the fouls because Xavier does a great job getting to the free throw line and converting at the free throw line.
Xavier, a 74% free throw shooting team on the season, Dan. They were 23 of 29 against BYU in the first round here on Thursday. So you're absolutely right. Raymond. .17 to shoot. Looking inside, lets it fly. Raymond got a hand on it, but can't track it down. Cook is there, but he steps on the sideline, out of bounds.
Dolman is an excellent three-point shooter, Gus. That shot might have been one step out of his range, and he was shooting it over the outstretched hand of Greg Oden. And as we talked about Oden before, he makes a difference even if he doesn't get his hand on the ball.
Both these teams tight to start this game. They haven't met since 1984 in the NIT Xavier wins. They've met 3 times since 1933. Inside, nice catch, Cage. 12 to shoot, backs it up. Now Wolf with the step on the baseline. Short, and he gets the bounce. First of all, the rims here are great.
Well, if you're a shooter, I think if you're a defensive guy, you don't think that's so good, but absolutely, Gus, for fans watching the game, you like to see those rims that allow them.
2 points for Xavier. 10-9. And a whistle and a foul. Tomorrow on CBS, a detective discovers his wife's killer on a new episode of Cold Case starring Catherine Morris. Tomorrow at 9, 8 Central on CBS.
That's what we have going on here, Gus, a cold case.
That's right. Ohio State 0 for their last 8 from the field. Ron Lewis checks back in. Oden, that's an offensive foul. So Greg Oden getting a little freshman.
And the interesting thing about Greg Oden is he very rarely does this. He's very patient when he gets the ball inside, but very clearly lowers his shoulder.
And he picked up his first foul. Now Dolman. Raymond, he can hit it.
That zone again. It looks like Ohio State's in the zone when Lavender's in the game.
Xavier getting good looks at the basket. They just can't convert. Jump hook, Oden rattle.
That's one reason why Ohio State won't stay cold. They have the option. They can go in the inside and get some points.
Greg Oden leads the Buckeyes in scoring, rebounding, and block shots. Dolman can't track the ball down.
Oden does a great job getting position inside, and then you can't double team if he's going to shoot that jump hook so quickly. Nice recovery by Oden. He has a very good demeanor out on the court. That foul call, he doesn't lose his head. He has a very, very good...
Now Conley, stripped by Lavender. Lavender, cross down traffic to the bucket, leaves it. How about that? Cage.
I thought he took it too far, Gus. I thought he was going to try to shoot it, and Oden was right there, but he knew better than I. He saw it when Oden got to him and then passed it behind.
Cage with 6. Lavender's the key to this team. Conley blocked by Dolman. Picked up. Hunter dumps it down, and Conley banks it home. Ohio State back. Bounce pass, Cage, and he's fouled from behind. Great ball movement by the Musketeers.
They're doing much better job against the zone, and Drew Lavender thus far in this game, his quickness has sort of neutralized the quickness of Mike Conley. Here he waits till Oden comes, gets Oden off his feet, and then makes the pass. Even Oden isn't quick enough to recover from that.
So Cage at the line. He's a senior from Indianapolis, misses the first. As you take a look at the free throw shooting this season.
Look at how many times Xavier gets to the line as opposed to their opponents, and then they make 74%. Cage, a 75% free throw shooter. Getting to the line and converting is a big part of the Xavier game.
Lewis picked up the foul, his first. Game tied at 13. First half. Ohio State, Xavier playing for a trip to the Sweet 16. It's the Big Ten versus the Atlantic 10. Now Oden in the pivot, doing a nice job closing on the shooter.
Cage has a couple inches on Lewis.
Oden drives, and a foul on the floor. Now Oden using his quickness.
That's a good point, Gus. You play Oden, you try to be physical with him, you try to put your body up against him, but he's a smart enough player that he can go right around, and that's what he did. He felt that they were pushing him, and he just used that quickness for the spin move.
First foul on Duncan. Oden again. Butler from deep. And hits. The Iceman.
By Ohio State, Butler threw the ball inside and then found a good shooting position, one where it'd be hard to recover, and got a wide open shot on the pass from Oden.
Butler against Central Connecticut State, 17 points. He was 5 of 6 from the three-point line. Lavender. And a whistle and foul. This will go against Lewis, and it's his second. 7:29 to play first half. Ohio State on top of Xavier. 16-13 here in Lexington. Welcome back as we take a look at the game summary. Both of these teams are a little nervous as this one gets ready to start. Gus Johnson along with Dan Bonner, and Xavier's still in this game, Danny. You talked about it. They had to hit threes, but they're still in even though they haven't done a good job.
You're correct, but I think if they're going to actually come around and win the game, they're going to have to start making threes. They've done a great job on the backboard so far. Very few second chance opportunities for Ohio State.
And the Buckeyes get back into that zone. Lavender, Burrell, Dolman, along with Duncan and Cage. Here's off the mark. Xavier 0 for 7 from the three-point line, 6 of 20 overall, 30%. Now Cook posted. Tough shot. Oden with the offensive rebound. His hands by Lavender. Lavender with numbers. Blocked by Connolly. Great play. Connolly, the outlet pass. Butler lets it go and hits.
That is twice now. Xavier have a shot blocked in transition, and Ohio State answers. You'd better find Butler beyond that three-point line.
Jamar Butler, so cold with this game. As you take a look at the bracket, the winner takes on the winner of Virginia, Tennessee. 19-13 Buckeyes. Dolman kicks it out, reversal, Burrell, and he throws it away, Duncan.
Oden in the middle of that zone means you just can't throw it in there and get an easy jump shot.
Connolly, in and out. Oden tired down. He's having a hard time getting up and down. Burrell to the basket and an offensive foul.
Gus, a little earlier, we talked about Ohio State and the amount of space. Watch over here on this side of the court. Just two players. Butler throws the ball inside to Oden, and watch how he from the play so he can get the pass back, and the man can't recover quickly, and he gets a wide open three.
So Greg Oden will take a blow. Terwilliger replaces him. Oden leaves. He's 1 of 5 from the field, 2 points, 2 rebounds. And a whistle away from the ball.
And they got
will go against Brown.
Yeah,
yes.
Derek Brown.
When Derek Brown is on the floor, good things happen.
Oh, they sure do. This young man, the folks at Xavier think he may be the next big star at Xavier.
Pass. David West, Jermaine Sato, Lionel Chalmers,
James Posey.
James Posey, exactly. Ivan Harris can really shoot the basketball when he's in rhythm. Terwilliger, good passer. Butler kicks it out. Cook. Daquan Cook has really struggled with his shot lately.
Yeah, over the last 7 or 8 games, his numbers not very good.
Only averaging about 5 points. He's out of Dayton Dunbar High School.
Now Oden out of the game.
Should be some penetration opportunities now for Lavender. Runs a pick and roll. Dolman, he's been very quiet. Off the dribble now. Strong to the bucket.
On that
basket for Dolman.
On that Elite 8 team that we talked about, Dolman was a freshman, and he was sort of a designated three-point shooter, but as his career has gone on, he's developed a complete game. Can't make that driving move.
Season high 29 against Rhode Island. Now Conley really working that in-and-out dribble.
Really worked that screen effectively. Lavender tried, but he just wasn't able to get around.
Dolman dumps it down. Brown, and a whistle and foul on the baseline. Aerial coverage of today's game is brought to you by Goodyear.
Talk about Mike Conley and his... He's so quick. He appeared to be going to one way, and Lavender went that way, and the guy actually got caught up with his own man, and Conley came back the other way.
Second foul called on Ohio State's Terwilliger as Brown goes to the line. Derek Brown, a freshman from Dayton, shoots 70% from the field. He came into this tournament 73 of 104. Greg Oden returns. He's explosive, and he brings a lot of energy off the bench. Second one goes down. And a timeout on the floor. 4:31 to play in the first half. 21-17. Ohio State on top of Xavier.
Hey, look at me. Lock in. Crusher here has an extra deltoid muscle. Means he's got exponentially greater Buckeye propulsion. Now you lean back and you be there.
Rodeo clowns are a lifesaver.
Rodeo clown? No, I'm with the birthday party. Hello, baby! Oh, but I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night.
Stay smart. Stay at a Holiday Inn Express.
All right, you're a small business. Well, this is you, and these are all the things you have to do today. You're growing your business, you're designing stuff. Now you're shipping stuff, getting phone calls, tracking stuff, more phone calls, more tracking. Now, wouldn't it be great if someone like UPS? There. Now you're doing what you love. It's not your small business. It's your small business with UPS. Let's give you a tie. Big meeting today.
Huh. Calories provide energy, but how much energy do you need? Powerade Option, the low-calorie sports drink.
Working every day to unman the front lines.
Buckle in, things might get bumpy. Thankfully, the GL450 is the only full-size luxury SUV with a unibody platform to provide maximum comfort and stability. Just one reason why the Mercedes-Benz GL was named the Motor Trend Sport Utility of...
See your local authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer for a special lease offer through Mercedes-Benz Financial.
Take the Barney quiz. Your girlfriend wants you to move in. What is your response?
Correct. The answer was awkward silence.
A new How I Met Your Mother, CBS Monday.
Look out! What a finish! A tradition, the Masters on CBS. Buckeyes with the 21-17 lead over Xavier here in the first half. Sean Miller, Thad Matta, they're not just friends, they're best friends. Thad Matta saying that Sean is my best friend in life. They coached together at Miami of Ohio, as assistants under Herb Sendek in 1995, sharing an office. And when Sean came to Xavier, he didn't have a place to live for a month, so he, his wife, kids, and his child on the way all stayed at Coach Matta's house for that month. So very difficult for both these young coaches to face each other this afternoon.
And one of the difficulties with their players facing off, Gus, is each guy knows the other one's philosophy and way of thinking intimately. Makes it hard to pull any surprises.
Now Oden inside. Turn around. Jump shot. But he's fouled on the play.
If you're going to double team Oden or any other big guy, Gus, you got to get there before he dribbles the ball. You can't be slapping at it once the ball's in his hands after the dribble.
For Greg Oden, he can use his right hand or he can use his left hand. Pretty efficient with both as he hits the first free throw.
The amazing thing about that, Gus, and this story has been told before, but it's so impressive, I'll tell again, he never in his life even practiced a left-handed free throw this year, and yet he was able to do it well enough that he got to shoot 62% with his offense.
Great rotation on his release. Dolman picked up his second foul as Oden hits the free throws and heads to the bench. Terwilliger is back in. 23-17. Xavier trying to get some balls to stay down for him. 7 of 22 from the field. 0 for 7 from the three-point line. Wolves.
For the most part, their inside opportunities have been lobs over the zone when Oden's not in the game or transition baskets.
Inside, Cole creates space and the foul.
That is precisely the kind of play that has not been available when Oden is in the game.
23-19 now. Cole will go to the line. Working hard against the zone. Discover friends you never knew you had. Win an NCAA men's Final Four trip for two only at .com/NCAA. Rupp Arena. Lexington, Kentucky. 3:47 to play in the first half. Ohio State with the 23-19 lead. Greg Oden so far on the afternoon, 4 points, 3 rebounds, as Cole misses the free throw. Been a herky-jerky first half.
Really has been. Nobody able to get any offensive rhythm. Which a good battle inside between Cole and Oden.
Cook, nice look. Hunter gets the roll. Wait a minute, basket interference is the call. Looks like Oden may have interfered with the ball as it hung on the rim. And Thad Matta can't believe it.
That's one of the best facial expressions of the tournament.
Conley. 4 turnovers for Xavier, 5 for Ohio State. Now Oden posting Duncan. Butler, quick release. See if Xavier can get a good shot here. This zone has been a problem. Now they go into the man-to-man.
With Oden in the game, though, Xavier just hasn't been able to get anything close to the basket.
Duncan steps back and hits.
And that is critical. Duncan is a guy who can be a very, very effective outside shooter. If he makes that basket consistently, that pulls Oden away, and that really helps the Musketeers.
He came into this tournament shooting 38% from the three-point line, traveling violation against Cook. But let's go back to the basket interference a couple of plays ago.
Well, this is a tough thing where the guy guarding Oden has to come and help, and he looked like he really did get his fingertips on it while it was on the rim. He also appeared to know it and try to pull away at the last second without much success.
23-22.
Back to the zone.
If you're Xavier, this is where you want to be.
Absolutely. You haven't shot the ball well, and at 1 point with 2 minutes to go.
A chance to take the lead here. Burrell on the baseline, and he's pushed. Hunter pushes it. And don't forget, coming up at halftime, our crew in New York will break it down for you. Greg Gumbel, Clark Kellogg, and Seth Davis, Tournament News, DJ and Darryl, and also a Naismith watch update. Burrell at the line. Stanley Burrell, the junior from Indianapolis. He was 0 for 4 against B.
Well, uncharacteristically, Xavier struggling from the free throw line today.
They're only 6.
Yeah.
Conley, and a foul.
And Mike Conley, really the catalyst that gets this Ohio State offense going. He's a point guard. He gets the ball where it's supposed to go. He can be penetrating to the basket.
Mike Conley Jr. led the Big Ten in assists, steals, and an assist-to-turnover ratio. As he hits the first, he's a 65% free throw shooter. There's his dad, Mike Conley Sr., the Olympian, gold medalist. Mike Conley Jr., the first Ohio State player ever with 200 assists in a season. Unbelievable. Only a freshman. Duncan picked up his second foul. 25-22. Buckeyes get back into the zone.
And the zone, again, allows Oden to stay close to the basket. He doesn't have to go outside to guard guys like Duncan.
Nice look, Duncan, and he missed the layup. That's the presence of Greg Oden right.
Thinking, where is he?
Butler from deep. Kept alive by Hunter, and tapped up and in by Oden.
That has to be a huge concern for Xavier. They have not given up very many offensive rebounds, but with Hunter and Oden both in the game at the same time, it's hard to keep the Buckeyes off the board.
Duncan lets it fly, and hits. That's the problem. He was too close to the basket. Move him out a little bit.
And he knew Oden was under the basket, so he didn't have to deal with that. That is a huge basket by Duncan. Ohio State appeared to be on one of their patented runs, and that's how you stop a run. You put the ball in the goal.
Duncan had the big layup against BYU to give the Musketeers a 77-70.
You're now in a 1-3-1 trap here.
Shot clock, game clock about the same. Butler.
You don't want him just to hold the ball for the last shot.
7 to shoot. Conley down the lane, the runner, no! And it goes up and in. Looks like it may have been basket interference, not this time. The calls always even out in the end. And that's the end of the first half. Ohio State with a 29-25 lead. Let's take another look at that.
Difficult to use something like a 1-3-1 trap against Mike Conley. Just takes the ball hard to the basket. And there's that offensive rebounding again. That is a tough call. I'm glad I'm not the one who has to make it.
Looks like he did touch it. 29-25. We'll send you to Greg Gumbel with AT&T at the half after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching CBS Sports, home of the men's NCAA basketball championship.
Finger in the hole in the dike, but there's other holes starting to sprout out. They've got to start making some baskets.
All right, Greg Oden in the first half, 6 points, 5 rebounds, 1 foul.
And those other holes in the dike, Gus, are the offensive rebounding. Ohio State really picked it up in the last couple of minutes of the half using their inside power. The only way Xavier can counter that is to make shots.
Dolman inside, turnaround fadeaway, got it for Xavier. Justin Dolman, their leading scorer, averages 13 a game. He has 4 now. Also, Stanley Burrell was scoreless against BYU. He continues to struggle. Burrell scoreless in this game. You have to figure that eventually he'll get a couple to go.
Well, certainly Sean Miller hopes so, because he told me yesterday they could not win if Burrell did not score.
Now Burrell on the wing, guarded by Butler. Pick and roll, heads down the lane, throws it away.
Situation, because you have to attack Oden.
5 turnovers for Xavier. Harris a 3. Off the mark. Oden with the offensive rebound. Leans in, can't get it to fall. No call. Lavender pushing it. The kick. Dolman straight away. Pure. These are the Musketeers that we saw on Thursday. Dolman now with 7. Xavier up by Connolly. Poked out of his hands from behind. And his last touch by Xavier.
Oden does a great job getting position inside, and nobody drops their arms, Gus. Everybody keeps their arms up in the air so they don't swat at the ball, and as a result, Oden misses the shot, and there's no foul.
Now that's a foul. A holding foul called. Cole grabbing the back of Oden's jersey, and he picks up his first. First foul against Xavier in the second half.
Sometimes if you're a big guy inside, you can get away with using your body as long as you don't put that knee out there, but you're never going to get away with hacking down with your arms, and that's what Cole did that time.
Lewis, Butler, Oden, Harris, Connolly for the Buckeyes. Lewis. Conley backs it up. Drives, steps on the baseline out of bounds. Mike Conley Jr. has had all kinds of problems with Lavender. Lavender's defensive quickness has been remarkable tonight.
Lavender does a great job watching when Conley exposes the basketball and knocking it away. But you know what? Conley doesn't mind. He keeps going after him. He's not worried by one bad play. He goes and gets the next play.
Great defense by Burrell as Butler turns it over. Seven turnovers. Now Lavender, Goldman, Burrell, Cole, Cage, Cole inside, blocked from behind. And they will tie it up. Possession arrow favoring the Buckeyes.
Okay, maybe it's not a good idea to attack Oden inside. Here they try to do that. Pass inside and a very quick move by Cole. I'm sure he thought he had room, but that's why Oden is back there in the center of that zone.
Lewis pops out. Short and out of bounds. Near the end of today's game, we'll select a Chevrolet player of the game from each team to honor their determination and outstanding play. Chevrolet will make a $1,000 contribution to each university's General Scholarship Fund. America's brand supports America's best. Chevy and American Revolution. 30-29 Xavier advances to the Sweet 16. Dolman fires and hits again.
In the second half, Gus, he has caught the ball in the middle of that zone a couple of times now and turned and shot the ball. Not worried at all about Oden. Much different than he played in the first half.
Dolman has a very nice mid-range jump shot. Oden, great catch, and one. And now Oden, one of his teammates.
We talked about Dolman. He was on that, a starter on that Elite 8 team when he was a freshman. Catches the ball inside, goes right over Oden. You cannot play in front of Oden. That's an excellent pass inside. And he's telling his teammates, hey guys, let's get going.
Dolman called for the foul, his third, as Cole has a conversation with Coach Miller. Greg Oden at the line. Free throw short. 32-31. Cage driving and a whistle. That'll go on Oden his second. Playing defense with his arms as opposed to sliding with his feet. And Greg Oden picks up his second foul.
He's much less intimidating out on the perimeter, though, Gus, when you have a chance to go around him.
Now Burrell picks it out. Dolman stripped and fouled. Picks up his first.
The Ohio State foul is on number 1, Mike Kaplan. That is his first on the team.
We're Duncan in the game now for Xavier. Dolman the inbounder. And he finds Lavender.
Dolman's got to be careful with those 3 fouls. Lots of times you can be cautious on defense, but he puts his head down and tries to drive to the basket. He might pick up a charge.
And usually when Xavier starts getting going, it's Lavender. Baseline, out of bounds. Cage. As Miller looks, 6 turnovers for Xavier.
Ohio State was back in the man-to-man that time, and Lavender was trying to get the ball to Cage to beat Oden.
The winner of this game takes on the winner of Virginia, Tennessee. Now Butler, stop and start, and banks it in. He has 8. Cage from deep. Count it. Justin Cage. And he gives Xavier a 35-33 lead. Now Conley pulls up. Right hand jump hook. No. Loose. Knocked out of bounds and will stay right here.
Everybody talks about Butler's ability to shoot the 3, but he can drive to the basket. 10 guys from Xavier have made 3s this year. Cage today.
$15:59 to play in the second half. Xavier on top of Ohio State right now, and this is a special meeting for Drew Lavender and Ron Lewis. They're both from Columbus. They both played at Brookhaven High School in Columbus, where Coach Bruce Howard won the state title in 2002. Lavender goes to Oklahoma. Lewis goes to Bowling Green. Lavender transfers to Xavier. Lewis transfers to Ohio State. Now the former teammates are meeting each other here with a chance to go to the Sweet 16. Lewis's shot blocked. Burrell with a chance to get an easy one. Comes up short.
Now 0 for 8 in the NCAA tournament.
Lewis, and he's fouled. So Ron Lewis will go to the line.
Gus, want to take a second here to Dave Gavitt, former Providence coach and Big East commissioner. He was here at this site working for NCAA radio and got sick, an upper respiratory infection. They took him to the hospital. We understand he's doing fine. He's probably watching the game. We just want to pass along our best wishes.
Lewis at the line, makes the first. Foul was called on Duncan, his third, and here come the subs. And I talked to Lewis before the game. He said that he and Lavender had a chance to talk before the night and that they were looking forward to playing against each other. But you have to think that Coach Bruce Howard, who passed away 2 years after that team won the state championship at Brookhaven in 2002, Coach Howard must be hovering around somewhere, really happy about what he's seeing, his guys playing for two great schools in this big game.
And Ohio State goes back to the man-to-man.
Game tied at 35.
Foul problem's really an issue now for Xavier with both Duncan and Dolman on the bench. Some outside scoring power gone.
Lavender leaves it inside. Rejected by Oden. And Oden comes up with the rebound. Here come the Bucks. Butler, short, batted around. Who wants it? Floor. Going against Brown. The mighty Oden taking over.
He is such a force on the inside. Now that time Lavender thought he had Oden. Oden came to him, but did you see how quickly Oden came down, turned around, blocked the shot, then he got the rebound.
Inside Oden. Nice catch. Missed the layup, gets it back, and now a whistle. Let's see. And this will go again. And Sean Miller can't believe it. He wanted an over-the-back foul on Oden, which would have been his third. Oden starting to get real aggressive now. Weak side. Dump down. Conley. They throw it inside, and he almost won the basket.
Almost threw that in the basket.
Now Lavender.
Even Oden's not that big.
Start Lavender. And a timeout call by Sean Miller. Dolman getting ready to check back into the game. Ohio State Xavier tied up at 35.
The dream is still alive. Someday it will come true. And this country, it belongs to folks like you.
Welcome back as we take a look at the game summary. Both teams shooting poorly, but we have a close basketball game. Gus Johnson, these two teams have waited 23 years to play each other.
Well, they sure have, and I think the weight is more on Xavier's part than Ohio State, the small private school against the big state institution. Ohio State stays in the man-to-man. They've been in man-to-man and zone. Switching it up.
Dolman inside. Can't get the bounce. Oden with the tough rebound. His 10th. Now Conley to the bucket. Double clutch. Batted around. Dolman kicks it out. Lavender. He's got Raymond with them. Raymond. Beautiful body control. As Lavender puts that one on a dime. Xavier goes up by a deuce. Lewis thinking about it. And hits. Ron Lewis is a ball player. 38-37, he has 12.
Gus, you said it correctly. You could see clearly he was thinking about it. The defense has to get out there and make him drive. He can do that pretty well, but you don't want to give him that wide open three.
Dolman looking for it in the corner, has it. Nice look, Cole. Block from behind. Who's that? And the foul is going to go on Hunter. His second. Oden has 2. Hunter now with 2. As Brandon Cole goes to the line, he's a 69% free throw shooter. He entered the starting lineup for the final 12 games after Josh Duncan injured his ankle. And this team became a different team when he became a starter.
What happened was when Cole's in the game, he's basically down on the inside. Duncan is a guy who likes to come out to the perimeter, so with Cole in the game, Xavier has more space out on the perimeter, allowed the other guys to get in spots to shoot, drive it to the basket. They just point when he's in the game.
Duncan's a shooter. Cole, a totally different player. He rebounds, defends, and bangs you in there. 10 lead changes, 3 ties in this one. 39-38 Xavier.
Keep in mind that Dolman has 3 fouls, and Xavier can't afford to have him get 4.
Traveling violation on Oden.
Gusson, as we watch the Ohio State bench, they hold up signs, but interestingly enough, they angle them away from the Xavier bench because these coaches know one another very well. They don't want the Xavier guys to see the terminology that they're using. The game within the game.
Sean Miller said it best, we're like mirrors of each other. Except for one thing, that big guy in the middle.
I think Xavier's going to need to get some offense from Burrell.
Here's Lavender, penetrating. Fires. Out of bounds, will head the other way. John Cal, Les Jones, Mike Wood. The 3 officials. Pick and roll Lewis with Oden. Lewis crosses over and a foul.
Had he not reached in his hand, he was going to get a charge.
Cage called for the foul.
That is his first in the team's 6th.
And don't forget, coming up next, Butler, Maryland. That's a good one, a 4-5. And then Rick Pitino and the Cardinals against Billy Gillespie's Aggies from Texas A&M. That one could be brutal. Pitino's team doing such a nice job in the first round against Stanford, pressing. The scoop, Dolman clears it.
That's a good one-on-one matchup for Ohio State out on the perimeter. Lewis can take Cage. He just didn't finish.
Lavender guarded by Conley.
Still no points from the starting Xavier backcourt.
Duncan wide open, short. Butler, Oden. And one. 11:50 to play in the second half. Ohio State takes the 40-39 lead. Greg Oden going to the free throw line right after this.
Okay, now what? Rock, paper, scissors for it? Okay. At 3? Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
I threw paper.
I threw a rock.
Refreshingly smooth Bud Light. Always worth it.
Low 5.
Guys, Ari's got floor seats for the Lakers on Saturday. Forget that. We're already hooked up with the most sports in HD with DirecTV. Vince will invite some honeys over. It's all good.
For the most sports in HD, you gotta get...
Buy you a Chevrolet. Go buy you a Chevrolet. If you give me some of your love.
Nobody can shut that Chevy down, 'cause that brand new Chevy is mine. I like my reach down low, and my top fit. Can't you see me ride 24 in my Impala with...
No, we're not the jet set. We're the old Chevrolet set. But ain't we got love?
No, we're not the jet set. We're the old Chevrolet set.
There are some crazy blades out there, so reach for the ultimate balm. Replenishing aftershave balm with Care Protect soothes and repairs the damage from shaving. Only from Nivea for Men.
On a Saturday, give me something to look forward to on a Wednesday. Give me a half rack of ribs and a full rack of napkins. Give me a cedar seared salmon that only tastes expensive. Give me smaller portions and prices so I can rock it any day I want. Give me more Fridays.
What? Hanes. Perfect, no matter how you wear it.
Aerial coverage of today's game is brought to you by Goodyear. 40-39, Ohio State with the lead over Xavier. 11:50 to play in the second half. Drew Lavender had 17 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds, and 3 turnovers against BYU on Thursday. He came out in the second half and really got his game going. Right now, he's scoreless.
Gustin, I thought that was a key factor in the game. But what he was able to do in that second half the other night against BYU is take the ball down into the lane and score on those little runners, and he hasn't even attempted that with Oden standing there in the middle.
Gage.
What a great job by Conley to come over and help.
Dole's got to hit some, and does. Duncan's going to be wide open for that. On dribble penetration, he has 9 3-3s. And Xavier reclaims the lead, 42-41. He's the kid that hit the big shot against BYU to give Xavier the lead late in the game.
Xavier stays in the man-to-man. Here's that matchup we talked about, Lewis against Cage.
Dolman tracks it down on the Lewis miss. Here comes Lavender. Leaves it. Dolman lets it go. Duncan with the rebound. And he's fouled.
You can still have dribble penetration and draw the defense even without shooting the ball against Duncan, and that's exactly what happened there. Dolman takes it in, the defense comes to him, and he passes it out to Duncan. You know, with Oden in the middle, I don't know why the defense would collapse that much.
It's a good point. Third foul on Lavender. Lavender, Duncan, Cage, Dolman, Burrell. Xavier still not getting anything from Burrell. But you get the feeling that before this game is over, he's going to hit a big shot or two.
Now Ohio State goes small.
Cage exploding on the baseline and goes right through Oden.
That's a nice move by Cage. Takes him outside and drives to the baseline. Lighty has come in the game, and Hunter has gone out because Dad Mata trying to find Ullman and Duncan. Doesn't want those three-point shots.
Xavier said they wanted Ohio State. And a foul! Offensive foul against Oden. His third. Do you leave him in?
Well, I think at this point in the game he can come out for a couple seconds. But you talk about sticking your nose in there. Duncan sticks his nose right into Oden's elbow and picks up the foul call.
Now let's see if Xavier attacks Oden now that he has 3 fouls. Takes a jump shot and hits. Xavier said they wanted Ohio State. They've waited 23 years. Space and opportunity is here right now. Largest lead of the game. 47-41 at Rupp. 9:53 to play.
Motor Store.
(47-41). Xavier a 9 against Ohio State. The top seed in this, and Thad Mata are best friends. Miller replaced Mata when he left Xavier to take the Ohio State job. The Xavier fans don't like Mata anymore because he said he was staying on one night, and the next night he took the job at Ohio State. They want revenge. And right now, with 9:53 to play in the second half, Xavier leads at 47-41.
And Thad Mott has shown a lot of confidence in his young big man as Oden went back out on the court. And you have 3 fouls.
Now Conley spins, lost it. Buckeyes getting tight. 11 turnovers. Pick and roll Lavender. Cage has been terrific.
Side against Oden.
Cage pops out. Oden has 3 fouls. Coleman goes up high, and Lewis ties him up. The possession arrow favors Xavier.
Boy, Thad Marta's head, or his heart had to be right up in his mouth there.
As we take a look at the series history, this is the 4th meeting. First meeting in 1933, last meeting in 1984. 9:08 to play, second half. Xavier with the 47. Tomorrow on 60 Minutes, Simon Cowell can dish it out on American Idol, but can he take it? Watch him get a dose of his own medicine, followed by new episodes of The Amazing Race All-Stars, Cold Case and Without a Trace, tomorrow on CBS, America's #1 network. And I think Cage has done a great job of taking Oden out to the perimeter and making him use his feet to play defense.
I think if he'd have pushed through, he might have gotten a foul on Oden there.
In the corner, Duncan. Josh Duncan. A 2-point field goal. 41 Xavier.
They only had 5 seconds left on the shot clock. They had to get something quickly, and they did.
Lewis pulls up for 3. And answers. Cold-blooded ball player.
Veteran ball player. Ohio State, a lot of young guys out there, but Butler and Lewis are the 2 veterans.
Lewis with 15. Lavender. Started by Lighty now.
It's mismatched against Conley inside.
Cage taking Oden off the dribble, step back, jump shot.
Oh my goodness!
8:14 to play, second half.
And suddenly, Gus, it's raining 3-point baskets for Xavier.
You knew they eventually would start hitting shots. Ohio State has to respond, though. And the man to do it usually is Butler. 7:54 to play. Xavier asked for it. They wanted it. They're getting it.
We talked about the X factor being 3 veterans and 3-point shots. Well, one of those veterans is Justin Cage, and he has hit 3 3-point baskets in the second half to lead Xavier 7 of 7 overall, 3 of 3 from beyond the arc.
In the second half, Xavier is 10 of 18 from the field. Ohio State 5 of 16. Al Dolman, along with Lavender, Cage, Cole, and Burrell.
Ohio State stays with the small lineup, and they need to use the small lineup to put more pressure on the basketball.
8 to shoot. Lavender has to hurt. Lavender, fall away. Got it! Woo! 55-44. Xavier. Largest lead of the game. So the #1 team in the country, the #1 team in the South, is on the ropes. We'll see what they're made of right now. Lewis, short, Oden with the rebound, and
there's plenty of time left. Ohio State does not need to force shots like that when the big guy inside, throw him the ball. They didn't throw it to him. He went to get it himself and score.
Here comes little Drew Lavender from Columbus, Ohio. Dolman, senior.
Now, you don't want to lose your aggressiveness here if you're Xavier. You want to keep attacking, take good shots.
They work the shot clock down. Lavender, stop and start. Inside, Cole, lost it, picked up. Conley leaves it for Butler. 55-48.
John Miller tells his guys just to calm down. They want to run their offense. It's too early to start running time off the clock.
Inside, nice catch. And a whistle and foul on the floor. Lighty fouled.
Drew Lavender, this is with no time left on the shot clock, and he just drills it from three. His first basket of the game, and Greg Oden can't get the ball in the set offense, so he just three guys around his feet. What a play that is. Grabs the rebound, puts it in.
Unbelievable balance to gather himself off the dribble rather, and knock down that jump shot. Burrell fires a three. And here comes Lewis. He's been their offensive leader this afternoon. Connolly, Butler, Cook, deep in the corner.
Gus, I really think in this situation, Oden needs to touch it every time down. He doesn't need to shoot every time down, but he draws such attention inside. You have to throw him the ball. That'll give you more openings for shots.
Buckeyes have lost 3 games this season. North Carolina without Oden, Florida, and Wisconsin, all on the road. Burrell. Cage steps back, now gets to the bucket and out foul. He's been doing it all afternoon, and that's the 4th foul on Oden with 5 minutes to go. And now he has to sit.
Xavier is doing a great job spreading the court out, getting Oden in isolation situations against Cage. That time, Cage did follow through. He didn't stop, and as a result, he draws the 4th foul. They finally get the ball in Cage's hands, and he just keeps going. He feels that contact. That was a great job to follow through. Even though that shot had no chance of going in, you've got to force the referee to blow the whistle in that situation.
So Thad Matta not substituting, and he's going to leave Greg Oden in the game. Gutsy call for Matta. 57-48. Connolly. They're looking inside for Oden. He has it. Drop step, and he's fouled.
And that is why Thad Matta left him in the game. He's confident that his big man can be careful on the defensive end, but on the offensive end, he needs him inside so they can throw him the ball.
He can't guard Cage anymore, though, because Cage knows how to play him. Oden at the line, misses the front end. And Brown breaks it. Now Lavender.
Oden is now matched up against Derek Brown.
And Sean Miller calls a timeout. 4:31 to play, second half. Xavier with a 57-48 lead.
I love that girl.
Who's counting on your breaks today?
Your brakes are too important to trust to just anyone.
That's why you should come to Midas now. At Midas, brake pads or shoes are just $89.95 per axle installed.
Be safe.
Just a Midas touch.
You give a little love, and it all comes back to you. You're gonna be remembered for the things that you say and do. You give a little love, and it all comes back to you.
Welcome back. Don't forget, coming up, another great matchup. It's a 5, Maryland and Butler. Then later on here, Louisville at Texas A&M, a 3 versus a 6. Greg Oden comes back onto the floor. He has 4 fouls. Xavier with the 57-48 lead. And Coach Sean Miller has gotten great performances from some unsung guys. Cage only averages 10 points. He has 18. Duncan has hit 3 threes. Make that age.
And during that timeout, Brown went out, Duncan came in, so now Oden has to guard an offensive threat on the perimeter.
Lavender, top of the key, rebounded by Lewis.
No need for Ohio State to panic. They've got plenty of time, but they have to start getting good shots on offense.
Lewis banks one in high. He has been awesome. 17 points and a timeout called by the Buckeyes. 57-50. Ron Lewis driving.
Special Agent, they're trying to stop you from saving time and money on auto insurance. Here's the play.
Quote by print. Got it, Coach.
When there's only seconds on the clock, Esurance gives you a fast break.
From all the hassle of buying auto insurance, you don't have to jump through hoops.
At Esurance, instant comparison quotes let you screen prices yourself.
Some savings.
It's a slam dunk. Save time and money on auto insurance. Visit Esurance.com today.
57-50, Xavier with the lead.
And it's an Ohio State team as you get a look at Sean Miller's bride sitting there in the stands. Look of concern on her face. And then to Thad Matta. Xavier needs to run its offense. There's still too much time left in the game to be worried about running time off the shot clock. Bad shots, but you take the good shots that are available now. A very small lineup in the game for Ohio State.
Burrell driving. Inside, got it up and in. And that is the first basket of the NCAA tournament for Burrell.
And what a smart play by Burrell. Not only is Oden not in the game, there are no big guys in the game. And so he hasn't shot it well from outside, so he just takes it all the way to the goal.
Connolly in the corner, Cook gets to the bucket, left-hand scoop, no.
And Lavender gets the rebound.
Lavender so cool, calm, slick with the basketball.
Got to force the tempo on defense if you're Ohio State now. You've got 5 small guys in the game, so you've got to exert pressure on the basketball.
Lavender pulls it back, 10 to shoot.
Go inside against this lineup.
5 to shoot. 3 to shoot. Lavender double clutch. And he's fouled, bringing it up the floor.
And Burrell has not scored a basket in this tournament, and that's an awfully big one for number 1.
When I got my new H3, I customized it. I got the marker lamps, the chrome, but I couldn't stop there.
You only retire once. Providing you do it right.
Welcome to the BF Goodrich Tires Road Crew Challenge. 5 passionate college basketball fans in 4 different driving events.
Well, let me tell you, the first event was awesome, but it was Bart who brought it home for UNC.
But now we're into our second challenge. This one is an off-road competition. Now, handling and unbelievable tire traction are what the self-cleaning treads on the BF Goodrich mud terrains bring to the party. Let's give those things a workout.
The course was no problem for the Baja-proven mud terrains. Lyle and Lynn looked great. Andre ran like a pro, while Kate got cozy with a few hay bales. But it was Barty with win number 2.
Congratulations, Bart, on a great race. You're going to get another set of BF Goodrich tires as the winner of the off-road race. So after the second of 4 events, Bart is in the lead with the rest of the pack not too far behind.
The rally course is next weekend, so tune in because you are not going to want to miss a second to see if our man Bart here can hold on to the lead of the BF Goodrich Tires Road Crew Challenge. See you then.
The Lowe's Senior Class Award honors achievement in competition, excellence in the classroom, community service, and Lowe's recognizes scholar athletes who are building a bright future for themselves and their communities.
CBS Monday. The one CSI Miami that will prove triplets. Threesomes can be deadly. New episode CBS Monday.
Drop your bus.
Merger or something even more wicked.
My world just got turned upside down. I have absolutely no one to trust.
New Survivor on a special night, Wednesday.
50 lead and a win today over Ohio State would be A big, big, big one.
Obviously, there's a lot of bad blood, not between the players and him, but between the fans and, you know, Thad Matta and how he left and whatnot. So I know for a fact it'll mean the world to them if we can go out there and knock off Ohio State.
Right now they're doing it. 2 minutes and 54 seconds away. Thad Matta left Xavier. The reason that the bad blood is there because one night he said he was staying. The next night he was the head coach of the Buckeyes of Ohio State team to the Elite Eight. Lewis at the line. Sean Miller is his best friend. In the press conference yesterday, he said, Sean Miller, great coaches leave this program, and we've had some great coaches here.
Gus, and I think that's the important point about Thad Matta. You talk about the fans being upset with him. He didn't exactly leave the cupboard bare. He left some good players and a great coach there.
Yeah, Dan, but he went to Ohio State.
I understand that.
That's the problem. 59-52. An eternity remaining in this game.
Ohio State with some pressure.
Musketeers have to continue to make plays. Greg Oden is back in the game, playing with 5 fouls. Excuse me, 4 fouls. Dolman down the lane.
Oden, a good play by Oden to pressure that ball without committing that 5th foul.
He has 12 rebounds. Now Lewis kicks it out. Butler from the parking lot. Count it. And a steal. Connolly. Ohio State with another chance. Under 2 minutes to play. Lewis.
He thought about it.
Confidence is sky high right now. Lewis doesn't want to give it up. Cook. It's been tough going for the freshman all day. Now Lewis takes a look. Down the lane. Lewis up and one. Ron Lewis refusing to let his team down.
Play by Lewis, just puts his head down, gets his shoulders around, goes all the way to the goal. The veteran has been making plays all day long, none bigger than the last couple.
Free throw is up and in. Ohio State rallying. 59-58, 1:35 to play. The battle for Ohio. 23,000 at Rupp. The winner advancing to the Sweet 16. Who wants the ball now? Cage with 20 points, and he's fouled on the baseline.
That was a great move by Cage, but did you see how fast Oden came?
So Cage will go to the line. Cook called for the foul and shoot 2. Cook picks up his second. Cole ready to check in. Cage, 20 points, 3 of 4 from the...
Remember what we said earlier in the game, Gus. Xavier does a great job from the free throw line. They don't mind being there with the game on the line.
8 of 11 today. Second free throw, Cage. Got it. Senior from Necktown. 61-58. Here's Conley.
Must-score situation for Ohio State.
Inside. Conley for 3. Rims off. Loose and a foul. Good call on the baseline. Cole clipped Greg Oden.
Conley is not one of the guys you'd normally want taking that 3, but what a great job by Oden working the position inside. Cole grabs onto him now. Oden
shooting with his right hand.
Missed his last 2.
Xavier, 59.5 seconds away. Ohio State, the #1 team in the country, on an 18-game winning streak. Second free throw, good. Full court pressure now. Lavender has been excellent with the basketball.
Time to get a stop without a foul.
Burrell, skip pass. Goldman in no man's land, and a timeout rather called by Xavier. 43.3 remaining, 61-59. Back after this.
This is the student who goes to the school that partnered with Dell, who customized a Dell Intelligent Classroom, optimized their learning environment, so teachers can focus on what's important to them, their students. Because Dell creates technology solutions with one goal in mind. Yours. Dell.
Welcome back to Bracket in the South. Ohio State Xavier, the winner, advancing to the Sweet 16. 59 our score. Sean Miller, who was a great player at Pittsburgh, played with Charles Smith and Jerome Lane. He was a point guard as you take a look at the game reset. Xavier out of timeouts.
Interesting thing for Xavier, the worst free throw shooter on the court for Xavier shoots 75%. So if you're Ohio State, you don't want to foul.
Lavender, 10 to shoot. Duncan, spinning. They lost it, taken away by Oak. Ohio State with a chance. 61-59. Lewis, shot clock turned off. Lewis drives baseline, kicks it out. Butler for the dive, no. Loose, inside Lighty, no call. 10 seconds ago and a foul. And Cage. Oden picks up his 5th foul.
That's a good look, and what a scramble underneath the basket. Lighty, I think, just lost his footing on the inside. Oden had really no choice at that point. Wow.
Big free throws here, though. 9.3 to go. Oden fouls out. 12 rebounds.
Xavier did a really nice job defensively, Gus, preventing the dribble penetration. And they've done a great job defensively the entire game. They held Ohio State to 35% in the first half. The Buckeyes just a little bit better than that in the second half.
That is a full timeout. We'll take a timeout. 9.3 to go. 61-59.
More people are very confident they have saved enough for retirement. Who can help you feel more confident about your future? The Hartford. Prepare to live your future the way you've always seen it. See your advisor about the latest products and solutions from the Hartford. Because you're not preparing to retire, you're preparing to live. The Hartford. Prepare to live.
With Applebee's new Pick and Pair lunch combos, you take any 2 you want, starting at $5.99. Choose from soup, salad, sandwich, and pasta. You could pair a tomato basil soup with a grilled shrimp and spinach salad, or pair it with a roasted turkey and bacon ciabatta. Over 60 combinations. Your choice starting at just $5.99. Every pair is out of sight, so hurry in today.
61-59. Xavier 9.3 seconds away from advancing to the Sweet 16, and they send their senior to the line, looking to ice this game. Justin Cage, 5 of 6 from the three-point line this afternoon. He has 22 points. Amy Miller, Sean's wife, takes a deep breath.
Ohio State still has time. They've got the 4 best three-point shooters in the game.
And he missed it.
Got to hurry.
Connolly, 5 to go. Lewis has been awesome, lets it go. He ties it at 62. 2-7 to three-quarter court, and we're going to overtime in Lexington. Ha ha! College basketball, CBS Sports. This is March Madness.
They've got their 4 best games, some screens, Gus, but that is a long, long three-point basket. And Lewis is the guy who has made plays down at the end of the game. He's helped bring them back, and he ties the game.
Sean Miller. Wow. Ron Lewis refusing to let his team lose. We're heading for an extra one here at Rupp.
Is on the line. The pressure's on. You've got 2 children. College tuition is in sight. Retirement is breathing down your neck.
Who do you go to in the clutch? Over 65 million customers rely on us when their money is on the line. Insurance, investments, retirement. AIG, the strength to be there.
Buy you a Chevrolet, go buy Chevrolet, if you give me some of your love.
Nobody can shout, cause that brand new Chevy is mine.
I like my reach down low, and my top lit. You see me ride 24 in my Impala with.
No, we're not the jet set, we're the old Chevrolet set. But ain't we got love?
No, we're not the jet set. We're the old Chevrolet set.
Ron Lewis, the senior from Columbus, Ohio, hits the big.
And Lewis, these are points 23, 24, and 25. What an outstanding afternoon he's had.
But now Ohio State gets new life, but they'll have to do it without one of their best players. Greg Oden has fouled out of this game. 62 apiece.
And they go with the small lineup once again.
Al Dolman. Off the dribble, rolling, and hits.
That's a great, just a couple of inches taller than anybody out on the court for Ohio State, and he just takes it to the basket.
Ivan Harris.
Gus, and isn't it interesting how the advantage in terms of perimeter, inside, outside has changed with Oden out of the game. Now Xavier's the big team.
Conley for 3. And he answers. Freshman. We're at overtime.
There are 252 three-point baskets out on the court for Ohio State.
Xavier coming so close. Burrell. Lost it. Daquan Cook gives it up to Conley. Here come the Buckeyes. They remain cool under pressure. Ron Lewis carried him. Stop and start. Conley, tricky.
The veteran gets them into overtime, Gus, and then the freshman scores to the overtime for Ohio State.
How does Xavier respond? 67-64. Lewis hitting that jump shot is almost like getting hit right in the stomach and all the air coming out of it.
Absolutely. You figure you have the game won, and particularly since you missed a free throw that gave him the opportunity to do it. But now I think you take advantage of what works for you. Before it was driving the ball against Oden, now it's taking it inside.
Xavier needs leadership. Lavender off the dribble. Outlet pass. Duncan with them. Up and in. Mike Conley Jr. 69-64. He has 17. Timeout. Xavier. New ball game. Mike Conley Jr. going to work. First he hits a J. Tricks his man to the basket. And then he takes it right at the 6'9" Josh Duncan.
The war in Europe is over. The unconditional surrender was
after 89 years in the making, this is our truck. The 2007 Motor Trend Truck of the Year. The all-new Chevy Silverado.
Your new TV is awesome. Check it out, I'm watching basketball.
That's not a TV, dude. That's my new phone.
Shut up.
Hello?
Get out. Singular has TVs that make phone calls?
Oh, hold on one second. Yeah, I'm back. Yeah.
Only Singular gives you up-to-the-minute exclusive NCAA March Madness video highlights. Singular, now the new AT&T. Your world delivered.
Greg Oden is fouled out of this reset. Ohio State with 7 unanswered points, all coming from freshman Mike Connolly Jr. So Xavier has to figure something out.
What Xavier has to do is use their inside advantage. There's still plenty of time left in this game.
Now Lavender with Dolman. Dolman trying to post up Lewis. Oh, what a...
You know, even though you have that inside advantage, if you get good pressure on the ball, it's hard for the guards to find the inside players. Ohio State did a nice job that time.
Dolman throws it into the backcourt to Lavender. 69-64. Overtime. Lavender, guarded by Lewis. Takes them in the corner. Raymond, short. Weak side reach.
Now the small lineup is going to present some matchup problems for Xavier, but you've got to get a stop.
Daquan Cook answers. Huge basket for the freshman from Dayton. His first basket of the game. 72-64. And a foul.
We talked about all the three in the game. Daquan Cook, he struggled down the stretch of the season, but that is a huge basket right there. And this is what Ohio State has done all season long, Gus. Maybe not in as dramatic a fashion as this, but they get themselves in a little bit of a trouble situation, and they hit the gas and go on a spurt.
For Xavier, checking at number 5, Derek Brown.
So Brown comes in and replaces Raymond.
And that foul shot right there, Gus breaks a 10-0. Just when they need it, they pull out the run.
Greg Oden on the bench, fouling out. 14 points, 12 rebounds. Burrell. One more free throw. And he missed it. Under 2 to play. Xavier neat. Here's a trap. Connolly in the corner. Cook makes that Harris. It's going to be hard to trap Conley. Ball kicked. Shot clock at 19. Now a sub coming in for Xavier. Brandon Cole.
Xavier has no choice but to try to exert pressure, but it's going to be tough with Conley.
Winner of this game takes on the winner of Virginia, Tennessee. Conley lost it, picked up Lavender, lead pass, Dolman, and he'll lay this one in. 72-67, and a timeout called by Ohio State. Xavier still playing hard, down 72-67. Conley Jr. Now Lewis, who hit the big three to send it into overtime. 18 on the shot clock. Conley Jr. to the basket, and a foul. Overtime has belonged to Mike Conley Jr.
Absolutely. He hit the first three baskets by 2, and he hits that 3, then he drives the ball to the basket, then in transition. This is against a 6'9" player. He lays it in.
gets the first free throw. Mike Conley Jr. now with 18 points. He had 10 at halftime. There's his dad. $74-67.
That's simple for Xavier. They have to score and score quickly.
Lavender takes the three. Lewis with the rebound.
Well, now you have to think about fouling quickly.
Wow.
He tried to foul him.
Knocked away by Dolman. No call, and we'll head the other way. Butler touched it last.
Well, these guys are banging at one another. They just ran into each other. The ball had squirted away already at that point.
Here's Duncan, has his shot blocked. Picked up by Daquan Cook. And Lewis is fouled. What a turn of events.
Gustin, did you see who blocked that shot? It was Conley. Mike Conley Jr.
Xavier, seconds away from the team. Somehow, Ohio State managed to dig down deep. And the man at the free throw line right now has been the hero. Ron Lewis with the three-pointer to send it into overtime. Ron Lewis, 26 points, with Greg Oden on the bench fouling out. Second one goes. 29.6 remaining. Lavender. In the corner, Cage. Now Dolman takes the three. Cage with the rebound. 14.6 to go. And a foul. Unbelievable. Wow. As they make the walk to the other end, Thad Matta coaching against his best friend, Shaw Miller. Yesterday he said if they were to lose this game, he'd root for Xavier to go all the way to the Final Four and win the national championship. Ditto for Miller.
What a tremendous response by Thad Matta's team, though, Gus. They were down 59-50 and looked dead.
Lazarus.
And his first name is Lewis.
That's right. As Dolman checks out for the final time. Cage checks out for the final time. What a game. Two great careers for these two seniors. Thad Matta can't even watch. He recruited those two young men. And he told us that he would feel badly if they... Lavender the other way. Tips it up and in with 6 seconds to go. Butler in the backcourt. Xavier backs off. One of the great comebacks of this year's NCAA tournament. Ohio State survives and advances as the two best friends embrace at center court. 78-71 the final from Rupp. And the Chevrolet player Cage, the senior, 25 points, 8 of 8 from the field. Ron Lewis, he was money. 78-71 the final. We go back to the end of regulation.
And a missed free throw by Xavier gives Ohio State the opportunity for deadly three-point shooters in the game. Lewis takes the long bomb and ties the game. Little weave out at the top. Everybody trying to get to Lewis. They can't do it. A long, long three.
The Ohio State bench reacting to Ron Lewis's game-tying three. Fireworks at Rupp in the heart of college basketball as Ohio State defeats Xavier. Now let's go to Greg Gumbel.
All right, Gus, thank you very much. So much to say in so little time, but boy, you heard first.